Okay, good morning, students. Can you hear me? Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll start the class now. So your subject is marketing management. And your subject code is 18 MBA 15. Okay, so yesterday I told you about the textbook and all. So now tell me, what is marketing according to you? What do you think is marketing? Tell me, what do you understand from marketing? What does the marketing word mean to you? Tell me, anybody respond. What does marketing mean to you? Yes? Yeah, Hemant, tell me, what does marketing mean to you? Can you hear me? What does marketing mean? Yeah, Hemant, Soundarya, Firdos, nobody is responding. Praveen, what is the meaning of marketing?
Marketing is like promoting or selling the products.
Correct, yeah. Marketing is all about selling of products, like how the
Yes.
products are to be sold in the market. Very good. So that is the general meaning of marketing that we know. As ordinary people, we know that marketing is all about selling of the products. So what is the, we'll go into a little bit of history how marketing started. So, marketing is derived from the word market. So, from the word market, we got the word marketing. So, market is what is market? Market is just a place where group of sellers and buyers will meet and they will exchange products, goods, and services among themselves. So, what is goods and services? Goods is all our physical products which we buy, like we buy soap, we buy rice, we buy tea powder, so furniture, clothes. So, all these are the goods. So, what are services? Services is like we give our clothes for dry cleaning. We go to the bank to do some banking work. That is a service. So we travel by bus. We travel by train. So that is a service, transportation service. So these are the services. So there is a difference. All of these are products, but in products also there is a differentiation. The products which we buy, physical products which we buy from shops, is all the goods, and all the services like we go to cinema theater to watch movie, that is a service. we go to give our bike for servicing in the like mechanic to the mechanic, that is a service. So there is a differentiation. All of these are products, but in the products there is a differentiation. Some are goods and some are services. Did you understand this difference? What is goods and what is services? Did you understand? Yes or no? Did you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So from the word market, we got the word marketing, and marketing is a market is a place where the buyers and sellers meet to exchange the goods and services. So this is the definition of marketing according to American Marketing Association. So according to AMA, the definition of marketing is the process of planning, executing the conception, pricing, promotion, and distribution of ideas, goods, and services to create exchanges that satisfy individual and organizational objectives. So this AMA's definition is quite big. It is a complicated definition. It will be difficult for you to remember, but I will just explain to you what is AMA's definition of marketing. So according to AMA, marketing is a process where they plan and they execute what all the products they want to sell, that is goods and services they want to sell. Ideas are also sold. Ideas are also sold as products. So like for example, you take Swachh Bharat. That is an idea which was sold by the Indian government to the people, that Swachh Bharat has to be followed by all the people. Cleanliness has to be followed. So these are ideas which are sold as products. Now Nirbhar India, that is also an idea which is being promoted by our Indian government. So people should produce local products. That is what they mean by Atmanirbhar India. So we should buy our own products only, produced in our own country only. So these are ideas. So the process where you plan, you execute, you conceptualize, you price it, you promote it, you distribute ideas, goods, and services to create exchange between buyer and seller, which leads to individual satisfaction and also leads to fulfillment of organizational objectives. So this is actually the meaning of AMA's definition of marketing. This is just I am telling you for your understanding. To remember, you remember Philip Kotler's definition of marketing. It is a very simple definition, just in one sentence. Satisfying needs and wants through an exchange process is known as marketing. That means what is the need of customers, what is the want of customers, what is the demand of customers, to satisfy that through buy and exchange process. That is, the seller will give the product to the buyer and the buyer will give money to the seller. So that is the exchange process that happens in marketing. So through that exchange process, we satisfy the needs and wants of customers. That is what is the definition of marketing according to Philip Kotler. So did you understand this definition of marketing?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So
Yes.
yes. So the second definition of Philip Kotler's definition of marketing is the most simple definition, which you will be able to remember and which you can write in your exam also. So again, we'll go to some more like explanation about marketing. Marketing is a process where companies create value for customers and build strong customer relationships to capture value from customers in return. This is also you can say a definition of marketing, where it is a process where companies are creating products which is providing value to customers, some value to customers, and the customers in return, they will give something of value to companies. What is valuable to companies? The money. So when they sell the products to customers, in return they are getting money from customers, which helps to build their profits, which helps to increase the profit of companies. So it is a process where a value is exchanged between customers and sellers. The sellers give something of value to customers, and in return the customers give something of value to the sellers. That is money. They are paying money for the products which they are getting from the sellers. So marketing is all about managing profitable customer relationship. So customer relationship, when does it happen? When a customer regularly purchases from the same company products, when he becomes a loyal customer. So there is a relationship that is developed between the company and the customer. Because the customer is a loyal customer, he will always purchase from that company only that particular product. So a customer relationship is developed between the company and the customer. So marketing is all about developing and managing profitable customer relationships. So companies try to keep their loyal customers, try to keep providing them products of value to them, so that the customer continues to be profitable, the customer continues to give business to the company, the customer continues to remain loyal to the company. So this is another definition of marketing, a simple definition. Marketing is all about managing, developing and managing profitable customer relationships. So now you would have got an idea what is marketing, right? All of you got an idea what is marketing? So marketing is,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah. So marketing is nothing but you are the seller is giving something of value to customer, and the customer in return is giving something of value to the company. So now we'll come to the core marketing concepts. These are the main marketing concepts. That is, marketing starts from here. So the first step is the customer's needs, wants and demands. This you will come to know in the later slide. What is the meaning of need? What is the meaning of want? What is the meaning of demand? So you will come to know in the next slide what is need, wants and demands. So from customers' needs, wants and demands, the company sees what are the customers' needs, wants and demands, and based on that they create the marketing offers. So what are the marketing offers? The products. They create the products according to customers' need and wants and demands. They create the services according to needs, wants and demands of customers, and they create experiences according to need, want and demand of customers. So products, I have already told you what are products. All the physical products that we buy and sell, that is books, or it can be any eatable item, that is a product. Clothes, that is a product. So services, I have told you what are the services, like dry cleaning service. You go to beauty parlor, that is a service. You take for your bike to the service center, that is a service. So you go to bank for some work, that is a banking service. You take any kind of transport and travel inside the city by bus or by a train, you go from one state to another. So that is a service. So what are experiences? Experiences is when you go to the movie halls, you go to watch a movie, that is an experience for you. You go to a theme park like Wonderla. You know what is a Wonderla, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So Wonderla is a theme park where you go and you enjoy some rides, you take some rides and all. So that is an experience. So marketing offers are all these: products, services, and experiences. So all this is based on the needs, wants, and demands of customers. So based on these marketing offers, which the customer is getting, it will lead to value and satisfaction for customers. That is, if the customer feels the product is of value, the service is of value, the experience is of value, then he will get value from that marketing offer and he will get satisfied. He will be happy. So you purchase a bike, you pay a lot of money and you purchase a bike, and you are very happy that the bike is working fine. Everybody is telling that you purchased a very good bike, so it is of value to you and you get satisfied. You are happy. You are satisfied that you purchased a very good product. So value and satisfaction leads to exchanges between the buyer and seller. So the seller gives the products or the service or the experience to customer, and in exchange the customer gives him money for that product or for that service or for that experience. The customer gives him money. So this is an exchange. This is a transaction that happens between buyer and seller. So when continuous transactions happen, when many exchanges happen between a buyer and seller, it leads to a relationship, customer relationship between buyer and seller. The customer becomes loyal to the company. Customer continues to buy the product from the same company. So it leads to a profitable customer relationship. And this leads to the development of markets. So markets is a place where I told you where buyers and sellers meet. So they meet and they exchange, transactions happen between them, and when a lot of transactions, lot of exchanges happen between the buyer and seller, it leads to relationship. So this is the core marketing concept. So based on this is your subject. Your subject, marketing management, is based on all these core marketing concepts. That is, what is the need, wants, and demands of customers. Based on that, companies create their marketing offers, they create their products, services, and experiences, and based on that, the customers get value and satisfaction. This leads to exchanges and transaction between customers and the sellers, and it leads to relationship between loyal customers and the companies, and this leads to the development of market. It is a place where the buyers and sellers meet to exchange products and services between them. So these are all the core marketing concepts. Each one is a concept. Each one is a concept. Needs, wants, and demands, marketing offers, value and satisfaction. Each one is a concept, and each concept is related to each other. So based on needs, wants, and demands only, marketing offers will happen. Based on the marketing offers only, value and satisfaction will happen. So based on this value and satisfaction, exchanges will happen. So each concept is linked to each other, or it is related to each other. So these concepts are leading, one concept leads to another concept. Now this is the meaning of what is customer needs, wants and demands. So need is when you have a physical need, when you have a social need, or when you have an individual need. So what is a physical need? When you are hungry, you want food. When you want new clothes, like festival is coming, you want new clothes. So you will have a need to buy new clothes. Or it is very cold season now, winter season now. So you want warm clothes, you want sweater, you want jacket, you want cap. So that is a physical need. So a safety need, your house, you will lock it, you will use lock and key to lock up your house, to keep everything safe in your house, to protect your life. You will take life insurance, that is a safety need. So these are all the needs, physical needs. When you are thirsty, you will drink water, or you will drink juice, or you will have tea or coffee. So that is a physical need. So need can be physical need, or it can be a social need. Social need is when you want to make friends, you want to have belonging, you want to have affection. So social need, you want to make friends. So that is why social media is so popular today. Everybody wants to join Facebook, or they want to join Instagram, or they want to join Twitter. So why? That is a social need. They want to develop friendships, they want to be connected with each other, they want a kind of affection, social need. So that is also a need. Individual need. Now, why all of you joined MBA? Because you wanted to increase your knowledge, you wanted to take a PG degree, you wanted a better job prospect, you want a better chance of getting a better job in the market. So, to increase your knowledge, to develop yourselves, that is an individual need. You have joined MBA course. So, need can be anything. It can be a physical need, it can be a social need, it can be an individual need. So all this is need, the basic requirement of customers will come under needs. Now when need is shaped by culture, and when it is shaped by individual personality, then it becomes want. That is, need plus desire is equal to want. So like for example, culture, you take an Indian person and you take an American person. Now what will the Indian person like to eat? If there is a need for food, he will want Indian food, he will want biryani, or he will want idli dosa, or he will want some Indian food. So you take an American person, he is also needing food. So what will be his need for food? What kind of food will he have? Based on his culture, he will have American food. He will have burger, he will have pizza, he will have cola, he will have pasta, or whatever is the American food. So based on your culture, your needs will be changing based on your culture and based on your individual personality. So then it becomes a want. So individual personality you take. Now Firdos is here, Pawan is here. Both of them are hungry. So both of them want food. So one person says, I want biryani. The other person says, no, I want something else. I want chicken. Pawan, do you eat chicken? Do you eat chicken, Pawan?
Yes, ma'am.
So you will say, I want chicken. So that is a want. That is based on individual personality. So your need, depending on your individual personality, depending on your culture, your need will change. Then it becomes a want. So what is demand now? Demand is when want is backed by buying power. That is, we take the earlier example, Firdos is saying he wants biryani, his need for food. Pawan says he wants chicken, that is his want. So Firdos' want is different and Pawan's want is different. But to get that food, what do they need? They need money. That is buying power. So only when they have money, when the want is backed by buying power, then only it will become a demand. So Firdos, if he has money only, he can purchase a biryani. Otherwise, if he has less money, he will have to settle for dosa or idli or maybe a cup of tea only if he is not having the money. So that is a demand. Now Pawan, if he is having the money, then he can buy chicken, he can buy any food if he is having more money. So that is his buying power. So then the want becomes a demand. So this is the difference between needs, wants and demands. You understood what is the difference? Need, want and demand. Did you understand what is need, want and demand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So
Yes, ma'am.
yeah. So need is your basic requirement. What basic things a customer wants, physical need, what he wants, social need, what he wants, individual, what he wants. When it is depending on his culture and depending on his personality, his need changes, then it becomes a want. And when does want become a demand? When he's got the buying power, when he's got the money. He may have many wants. You may want a Duke bike, but you should have the money, no, to buy the Duke bike. You may have a desire for BMW car. You may have a desire for a very high expensive bike, but you should have the buying power, you should have the money to buy that. So then that becomes a demand. So when want is backed by demand, by buying power, then it becomes a demand. This is a very important concept: needs, wants and demand. So the same thing what I explained to you is all explained in this slide. So need is a fundamental concept. Human needs are never ending. Like need for food, does it ever end? No. You breakfast you want something, lunch you want something, dinner you want something to eat, then next day again you want food. So it is a basic requirement. Human needs are never ending. It never stops. It never stops. Needs we keep on wanting one need or the other. Clothes, we want more and more clothes, new clothes. So needs are never ending. Needs are not created by marketers. Marketers don't create the need. It is the humans, it is the customers who create the need. Like physical need, they will have need for food, clothing, warmth, shelter, safety. So that is all your physical needs. Social needs, you want belonging, you want affection, so you will make friendships, you will join a friends group, you will join different clubs, or you will go and join some social media. So this is the explanation for needs. Now wants, they are shaped by culture and by an individual's personality. So like I told you, Americans, when he wants food, he wants a different food, burger, Coke. When Indian wants food, he may ask for Indian food like dosa or rice or coffee, tea. So needs, which is backed by purchasing power, is wants, and wants are unlimited. So what kind of products a person buys will tell about his wants. So by looking at his wants, you will come to know what kind of personality he is, what kind of person he is. from which culture has he come, what is his personality, that you can understand from his wants. So wants are also unlimited. It is shaped by our culture and it is shaped by our individual personality. So wants are also never ending. We can desire any kind of thing. We can desire so many things. We want the latest watch, we want the latest cell phone, we want the latest bike. So these are all wants. It is again never ending. It is unlimited. We will go on having so many wants. But when these wants are backed by purchasing power and willingness to pay, then it becomes a demand. Willingness to pay means, suppose you want to buy the Duke bike and your father is having the money, but he should be ready to pay, no? He should be willing to pay. Then only he will get the bike for you. If he is having the money and he is not ready to pay, then you will not get the bike. So then that want will not become a demand. So when does a want become a demand? When you have the money, you have the purchasing power, and you are willing to pay for it also. You should be ready to pay. So only when you are ready to pay and you have the purchasing power, then your want becomes a demand. So want is your desires. You may desire so many things. You may be desiring so many things you want to buy, but you should have the money for it and you should be ready to pay for it. Then only it will become a demand. So based on needs, wants and buying capacity, customers will demand for products which will give them maximum value and satisfaction. So based on these needs, wants and demands, customers keep on demanding for so many products. So that is why marketing companies spend so much money to find out what is the customer's needs, wants and demands. They do lot of research on their customers. They do lot of marketing survey on their customers to find out what is the need, want and demand of customers, because need, based on that only they will manufacture their products, services, experiences, etc. So they plan their strategies based on the needs, wants and demands of customers. They base their products, they base their promotions, how they will do advertisement. That also depends upon the customers' needs and wants and demand. So knowing customers' needs, wants and demand is very important for marketers. So they do a lot of consumer research to study the behavior of customers, to find out what is the needs and wants and demands of customers. Then only they can manufacture the product, then only they can design their advertisement, then only they can decide what price to fix for their product and where to sell their product. So here an example of need, want and demand of an MBA student. So need is transportation. MBA student is staying far away from this college. He is very far. So he needs transportation to come to college every day. So what is his want? Transportation means he can take bus. He can take the college bus, or he can take BMTC, or he can have his own vehicle, his own bike. So what is the want of the MBA student? He wants the latest model bike. He does not want to go by bus. He does not want to go by college bus also. He wants his own bike. That is his want. So that is depending on his personality. Now what is the demand? When this will become a demand? This will become a demand when the boy's father is having the money, he is having purchasing power, and he is also ready to pay for it. His willingness to pay for the bike, then only this want will become a demand. So this is an example to explain to you what is need, want, and demand. So need is something basic. Basic requirement is what for this MBA student? Transportation. So what does he want? What does he desire? He wants the latest model bike. So what does it? When does it become a demand? When his father is having the money and he is ready to pay for it, then it becomes a demand. So this you understood this concept, need, want, and demand. All of
Yes,
you
ma'am.
understand? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So yesterday I asked you something. Corporate social responsibility, CSR. Did anyone find out what is corporate social responsibility? Did anybody find out? CSR. No? Dhanusha?
Ma'am, it helps in the social responsibility for the companies.
Yes, correct. Corporate social responsibility is nothing but the companies are doing social service for the society. Like you hear companies, they will donate computers, or they will donate notebooks, or they will build houses for people, or they provide electricity in villages. So this is all corporate social responsibility, CSR, which companies do today to fulfill their social responsibility, to show that they are doing good things for society. They do this CSR, corporate social responsibility. So that is the meaning of CSR. So nowadays companies do lot of CSR to show that they are a good company and they care for their people and they care for society. So that is why companies do lot of CSR. They will do lot of social activities which is beneficial to society. Okay. So now all of you, your list has not yet come. So can you on your videos how to take your attendance? Yeah, just on your videos, I'll take a pic. All of you on your videos? Okay. Anyway, your names have come. So, okay. So, we'll end the class here. Okay.